Hey, you need to eat breakfast.
Okay, but how? Welcome to the ADHD Diaries, where you tell me a topic and I help you trick your brain into being able to do it when it gets stuck. Today, we're discussing breakfast, how to eat it. Unnecessary. If your body is anything like mine, you have a hard time getting up in the morning. It takes me an hour to actually be able to eat anything and get out of bed. And before you know it, it's 12 p.m. and you haven't eaten anything for breakfast. You know who you are. You know you've done it. Coffee is not breakfast. Coffee is, say it with me now, coffee is not breakfast.
I just made coffee! Who wants coffee?
My first tip for you is having a safe food. What's a safe food? A safe food is something that you have identified that you know your body can tolerate. Mine is a banana. Every single morning, I eat a banana because I know it's not going to upset my stomach. And somehow I learned one day that 2 bananas can sustain a 90-minute workout, and that stuck with me. And my brain went, bananas are safe. That way, if I do end up not being able to eat a lot in the morning or forgetting to eat because I got entrenched in a task, I at least have something in my stomach besides just coffee. The second tip is having things pre-made and readily available. If you see it, you're going to eat it. If you have to make it, executive dysfunction is going to get you. Or buy things that are pre-made. But Jordan, processed foods are so bad for you. So is not eating. But Jordan, I don't have the time to make things. Yes, you do. You just choose to not prioritize that. Then just buy the processed food. Stop finding an excuse for yourself not to do the hard thing. I know we're going to have to get into a little bit of self-reflection mode in the moment, but if you want to eat more, figure out how to do that. We can't get caught up in the loop of liking to complain about how difficult something is for us without fixing it. Eating disorders and neurodivergence kind of go hand in hand sometimes. There's a big overlap, and I understand how difficult eating can be sometimes, and it's okay. You deserve to eat and nourish your body and give that bunny rabbit of a little brain fuel to work. This is the part where I talk about my eating problems so that you have an understanding of how I overcame mine and that it is possible for you as well. My stepmom thought I was bulimic as a teenager. I was not. I just was really small. I think it had something to do with intestinal issues and not being able to absorb food and nutrients when I ate it. Because I was so skinny, she would force feed me or make me eat more food to gain weight. Hey, can we not? I'm talking about things. She would serve me more than the adult at the table and then make me sit there or force feed me until I finished my entire plate, which sometimes meant I was sitting at the table for 4 to 5 hours. The start to overcoming this was to recognize where it came from and figure out what my food aversion was. One of my triggers I know is a full plate of food, so I never stuff my plate full anymore. But I also had the fear growing up in the 90s, as I'm sure a lot of people did, of being overweight, of overeating and managing my calorie intake. Biggest crock of bull anyone has ever been sold. I'll admit I still get those anxieties sometimes if I've eaten too much. It used to be a big problem for me back in my early 20s that I was eating too much and I would skip meals. I had this little thing in the back of my brain that said if I skipped dinner, I was doing a good job because I was monitoring my caloric intake. I didn't hit 100 pounds until I was 19. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not here to tell you how much you should or should not eat, but I will say skipping meals is probably not the thing that you want to be doing. It's going to end up having a worse side effect on what your goal is than eating a nutritious meal and fueling your body. One thing I did do to stifle this little voice is instead of going on a daily caloric cycle, I go on like a 3-day cycle. Because there's some days I can't eat as much as I should. But there's other days that I can eat a whole pizza. I'm okay to eat this because I didn't eat as much as I could have or should have yesterday. And I don't have to worry or stress about taking my supplements and vitamins on a daily basis because Lord knows that's hard to remember. The important thing to remember is your body needs food. Your brain needs food to fuel its processes. And I can actually feel sometimes the difference in ability that I have when I haven't eaten my well-rounded normal diet. So let's recap. What are we going to do? We're going to pick a safe food. The thing you can eat, you always have on hand. It's the first thing you put in the cart when you go to the grocery store. Second thing, we're going to meal prep or we're going to have some easy grab and go things. Granola bars, Lunchable packets, salads. I don't care if you make them yourself. I don't care if you buy them from the store. I care that you're eating. Waffles are also another good choice. Or breakfast sandwiches. You just got to remember that they're in the freezer. And lastly, we're going to stop telling ourselves that we don't deserve to eat. It's an important message, and I hope it gets to the right people. Leave me a comment for the next thing that you want to trick your brain into doing, and follow along for more. I will be doing a lot more live videos this year, cooking and doing recipe videos. So share this with someone you want to make those recipes with, and good luck out there. Object permanence is the reason that I have trouble eating the most. I forget what's in here most of the time unless I open it up, and even then, it's a crapshoot. I'm Jordan, this is Just Jordan Things, and I hope this helps.